Welcome back. Welcome back. We're back with Tech Stocks and Jobs. We are now in our episode 17. That means you've been rocking with us for 17 weeks. We've been rocking with you and giving you nothing but digital gems, good vibes, good times, and encouraging you to find your path in tech and showing you different ways to find your path in tech. This week is a little different. Last week was a little different. This week will be a little different. This week, last week I wanted to talk about REI, or REITs, REIT. This week we're going to talk about ETFs. I didn't get a chance to talk about. I may throw some REITs in there and have some on my list. But however, this week we're just going to talk about. So after you get the tech job, your investments and what that can look like and so forth. And nevertheless, we want to make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification button, share the content, leave comments. Make sure you tell all your friends, including your grandmama. Tell her to. She'll listen because she want to hear what you're doing. And then also make sure that you also click the link and go to womeninlinux.org and make sure you hit up the shop button, connect with us on Slack, connect with us on social media with Women in Linux across the board. We're not on Snapchat. Make sure you hit the actual shop button, get some merchandise or merch, as some people like to call it. And also don't forget to donate. And don't forget, you don't have to donate with just financially. You can donate with your time. You can donate by coming to speak. There are other things that you can do. And if you see something that we're not doing, email us. Let us know. We have all forms of communication open. I've had people call me from the strangest places and the odd places and the strangest of times. So, hey, just saying, don't go on this journey alone. Be sure to go on this journey with a group. Make sure you have like-minded. Make sure you reaching your success and you're reaching your goals, whatever that may be. And we're here to support. All right. So this week we're gonna kick it off with a actual ticker, and the ticker we're gonna kick off with is RWO. RWO is what we're gonna kick it off with. So RWO is SPDR Dow Jones Global Real Estate ETF. All right. And I was looking at, like, you can go to Yahoo Finance and do this. Like I said, this is information is all out here for free for you to go check out. But I was looking at what their growth was like. This is over one day. This is over 1 month, 6 months, year to date, and 5 years. So of course, we had a big dip here, right? And I know we had another big dip there. But you can see over time, basically, they've grown over time. The other part of this that you want to look at when you're looking at this ETF, it has a return over 1 year of 40%, 40.1% over a year, and it's had a year to date return of 10%. So you can go check out the performance here. You can see, okay, year to date right now is 13%. At the reporting of this other one I'm looking at, it was 10%. So year to date is 13%. 5 year, 4 year, they got it at 4% and at 5%. So it said the 3 year daily total return is 4.8. The yearly daily total return was 44%. And so far it's returned year to date of 11%. So when you're looking at whether or not, and this is what's going on, like, and this is my approach with anything right now, is because we're so volatile, hop into an ETF and let that grow. There's some other ones out there like SPY. There's some QQQ, XLY. The list goes on, but you can do your own research on that. Generally, I like to have a higher return, like a 5 year return of like 13%, 14%. And then you go check out their holdings. So you can look and see what's all in this. It's all 100% real estate. And those who want to invest in real estate, this is just another way. So here's who they're invested with. They got Public Storage, Simon Property, Avalon Communities, Equity Residential, the Goodman Group, Alexandria Real Estate. And you can go and invest in these individual ones if you want to, but here's just how they're broken down, and that's what their holding is. And then if you break it down, they have the historical data as well too. So just an idea of like how to check this out. Here's what it looks like on, let's go out 6 months, what it looked like. So you can see there's been growth in this. And then if we go here over the 5 years, you see, you know what that big dip is, and it's on the way back up right now. So it had a high right here. We can see that. So just a way to check that one out. So the next one on the list is VNQ. We could just type it in right here because we're going to use Yahoo anyway. VNQ is the next one that we want to use. Oh, look up. All right, so VNQ, let's go to their holdings. Vanguard Real Estate Index ETF. I think you can get, I think this one I think you can get this one on right, Robinhood, Webull. I'm not sure if it's native to just Vanguard itself. I don't think it is, but double check that. So their holdings is 100% or 99% real estate, and they tell you who they're invested in as well too. You can see they're some of the same, so that's why you have to check their holdings, because you could be investing into the same real estate companies and so forth. All right. They over time, their performance has looked, let's see, 45% year to date, a 3-year total return of 11%, getting into the double digits. That's where we want to be. And the year to date, we have a 13% return. And let's go check out their chart. You can see, again, you're going to see this on everybody's chart, this big dip right here. You're going to see that dip over 5 years. Let's look at it for year to date. So you can see we got been on a steady increase. You can see the volume indicators down below and so forth. All right. So this is just Vanguard Real Estate ETF. All right. The next one is actually VINQ. I mean VINQ. They're outside of the U.S. actually. Vanguard ex-US real estate index ETF shares. So see how they say they can't find any data. I have another chart I can use to find that data. Let me pull that up. But before I do, let's go check out their holdings. See their overseas. So Mitsubishi, Link Real Estate, Mitsui, Fudosan, the Deutsche, Sergo. So they're outside of the US for this one. But let's check out their performance. So 4% year to date, 31% over the year, and only have a 1.6. So I wouldn't probably invest in them because of this 3-year return of 1.6%. I'm not even sure you can get these on, you probably can get these on Vanguard itself. All right. So then we go down here. Who else we have? REZ. We're going to look at REZ next. This is a residential. So let's look at REZ. All right. So REZ, you can see what they look like now over a year, over 5 years, big dip, and push back up. Let's see that top in 2019 was 80. 32 right now. They're at 70, 79, 64. So they're pretty much back at where they were. Let's look at their holdings for this particular one. All right, so they have Public Storage, Tower, Equity Residential, again, Avalon. You can see how a lot of these companies are spread out through different ETFs. Mid-America Apartment, Sun Communities, Exits Property Trust. And again, you can go look those symbols up to see how they're performing on an individual basis as well too. Avalon Communities, I see them a lot inside of the Virginia area, DMV area. We all know about public storage, right? All right, so now let's go look at their let's look at their chart here. So you can see, yeah, you can see how they're almost back up to where they were for year to date. And then let's look at their performance. 12% over 3 years, 50% daily total return, year to date 15.58%. I would invest in that. I like that. I like that return. Right. So remember, this is when you're talking about ETFs, we're talking about primarily some slow growth, some depending on which one you're in. But yeah, this is for long-term investment. This is not short-term investment we're talking about here. All right, so let's see who else we got up next. I am now gonna look at XHB. XHB is what we're gonna look at. All right, XHB. This is S&P 500 or just S&P Home Builders ETF. Now let's look at who their holdings are, who they're with. Okay, Lennar Group, Home Depot, Horton, Whirlpool, the Toll Brothers. Anybody ever check out the Toll Brothers and what they do? Lowe's Company, Williams Sonoma. I'm not sure who RH is. Well, let's look and see who is RH. Just out of curiosity. It doesn't say, it just says RH. So let's go back. All right, so now let's look at their performance. All right, 30% daily return. Year to date, they had 116% year to date, and a 3-year return of 24.82%. All right, so would I invest in them? Absolutely. XHB is the ticker. All right, so check XHB out. You know, I will probably flag that. Go check that out. In 2019, looks like they had an annual total return of 41%. In 2012, they had 57%. So they look like they had some high growth here. I wonder if this is just when they got started down here. But you can check that out and look at their holdings again, who they're invested in, and you can go check out each one of these and see how they're performing, which is going to affect how this ETF performs. Okay, so that's just something to check out. And look like they invested in industrials as well too. Here they got 37% there, and then consumers cyclical 62% there. So that's just a breakdown of that holding, and then the top 10 holdings. This is what their top 10 holdings are. So just something to check out when you're looking at this particular ETF. All right, and let me know if you have questions yeah, the Toll Brothers is they nice with it. The next one that we have on the list is HOMZ. HOMZ. Let's look them up here. These are all ETFs. We're still in the ETFs. So HYRE Capital Housing. Okay. So now let's go look at their performance. We can see what this looks like over a day. See that 5-year, that dip, 1 month, 6 months, year to date, 1 year, and 5 years. All right. So let's look at the performance. All right, we got that. So this fairly new. You see, they don't have a 3-year return. So it looks like they got a 1 year of return of 96%, and a performance overview year to date of 23%. So you know, they're fairly new. Looks like, yeah, because they don't have any data in 2019. In 2020, it returned 15.8%. 15.88% on a total return. That's pretty good. I would invest in that. Get 15% of my money back. Let's see what they gonna look like for this year. So check them out. Let's go check out their holdings. All right, so they have basic materials, consumer cyclical, financial services, and real estate and industrials. Their top 10 holdings: CubeSmart, the Toll Brothers, Independence Realty, KB Home, Extra Storage, the Home Depot, and Lowe's. So if this is one of the ones that you want to invest in, they're at $40 right now. Let's go and look at the chart here and see what's been going on with them over. Let's see what they did yesterday. So there was a dip earlier at 40. They closed out here at 40.43. That looks like, I don't have my glasses on. Yeah, that's what it looks like though. But yeah, they had a dip here in the morning. Let's see what it looks like over 5 days. Okay, so they had a big dip. So you could probably let's look at it for a month. They've been in it for a year, so let's see. We had a dip down here, so they can get low as 34. You probably want to go use something like to find a support line for this one, so you know when to get in, so you're not overspending. Okay, so this one is HOMZ. The next one up that we have on the list is NURE. NURE. All right, this is a short-term REIT ETF. All right, let's go look at what they look like for a 5 day, 1 month, 6 months, year to date. Let's go 5 years. They're up. You're on the high. All right, let's go look at their holdings. 100% real estate and public storage, extra storage, American Homes for Rent, UDIR, Invitation Homes, Equity Lifestyle Properties, Camden Property Trust, Sun Communities, Mid America Apartment Communities, UDR. And again, you can go check out those symbols and how they perform, because again, they affect this. And let's go look at performance. So 18.55% year to date, 1 year to date total return of 64.58% over 3 years is 10%. Would I invest? Yep, I would. I would invest. They had a down year last year, but I mean, guess who didn't really? In 2019, they was at 24%, so they probably might have been on track to beat that 24%. So I mean, hey, not bad. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments as well too. If you're liking this, if you're not liking this, or you want us to look up something else, let us know. So the next one is up. It's HYRE. HYRE. Called HYRE. All right. This one right here, and I will go check this out too. Let's go do that. HYRE. All right. So HYRE, HireCom. All right. You can see drivers, owners, business drive with any food or package delivery service when renting with Hire Car. They got an auto buying program. Find a car, drive with Uber or Lyft, download your documents, drive and earn. Owners list your cars, communicate with drivers, sit back and earn, so you can put your car on there and let somebody drive it around. Long-term rentals, safe drivers, passive income. So check this out. Are you a rental company or a dealership? I thought this was interesting. I thought this was a unique idea, especially for those that want to put your car on there. Let me go over here to see we can click on passive income. Oh, you got to sign up as an owner. Okay, that's all that is. All right, and see, owners list your cars. We'll connect you with a reliable, trustworthy driver. You set the rules. Relax as the earnings come in. You set your own pricing and commission. Like that's pretty cool, right? So you can list your car, you can rent a car, you can respond to verified documents, the whole nine, pick up, hand off keys, get paid, drop off, the whole nine. So totally unique. Like, hey, you know, you want to drive my car, you want to do a ride share with my car, just something different, right? Um, that I thought was cool. Let me see if they got any jobs. Yep. So, and I'll go back to their stuff. We're gonna stay on cue, but I just wanted to show you this. Let's see. Let's top companies. We are hiring. Let's see. Read more. All right. So let's see what they're hiring for. If they have a listing somewhere, let's close that. I don't see it. Let's go here. HYRE jobs. All right. So it looks like they do have some out there. So looks like from 140 to 160K, they're in the US. They're looking for an SRE person. Hire, review, find new gigs, make extra money on the side. Looking for salespeople. Let's see, explore jobs. Um, a software engineer. They're out of LA. They have some locations in Kentucky, looks like here. Ohio as well for the. Oh, there may be somebody else. Ronald HYRE Insurance. There may be somebody else. Don't quote me on that one. This one, SRE. Read more. AWS, SRE, CI/CD, Kibana, Cloud Formations, Plumio, Terraform, DevOps, logging, monitoring, software engineering, perks, benefits. They look like they do a hackathon and so forth and so on. So just something to think about there. All right. So let's get back to HYRE. And let's go look at we were supposed to look at their performance. Oh, they don't have a performance one up here. So it may be fairly new. All right. So let's go look at, yeah, they don't have any holdings or nothing like that. That's HR. Let's see. Where were we at? We were in HYRE car, ETFs. Yep. Here's the list that we're running through. Who were we looking at? Yeah, we was just looking at HYRE. They're not in nothing. Okay, cool. All right, so that gives you an idea of HYRE. All right, so last but not least, what I did want to show is we talked about like uh, these ETFs, these REITs, and so forth. And I'll leave that open. But also, don't be afraid to go to places like Charles Schwab, who bought Ameritrade, and then look up careers as well too. As you can see, I had started this process. So, cloud platform engineer, sales force senior marketing cloud engineer, principal architect, um, and so forth. And then if you go back up here and I typed in the word cloud, so type in the word security, right? And then here you got associate security specialist, client reporting, security services specialist, a security developer, network intrusion, and so forth. They just have a whole list. And when you're looking at them, you can come here and you can look at the states that these are primarily listed in, right? So that's just something to be aware of when you're looking at your Charles Schwab, even Chase, especially when we start talking about getting into cryptocurrency and so forth. The other one that I been, I don't know if you've been following Benzinga on YouTube. I've been following them, and they have jobs, but then they also talk about. They also have a whole thing on YouTube about crypto and investments, and they're up from sun up to sundown pushing out content. But they also have jobs that you can get that you can apply for, and they're based out of Detroit. I've covered them before, but Oh, I didn't mean to type double dots, but here we go. View all positions. And this is what I was talking about before, where we were talking about chief of staff, digital marketing lead. We were talking about here's a back end go person, a CEO. They can be remote. Um, SEO, sales, Scrum Master, senior news desk reporter. They were hiring for a crypto analyst as well um, earlier in the year. B2C subscription services. So just be aware of like some of the things that you see. There are those companies are hiring and they're hiring for different things, right? So I'm sure if we went and looked up crypto on Chase or any of those, they're looking for somebody. If we looked up blockchain, they're looking for somebody. So just keep in mind the different things that we can look at. Bloke ETF. We want to look at Bloke. Let me go here. I'm gonna type it in right here on Seeking Alpha. All right, and then I'll go to Yahoo Finance as well too and look them up here because I don't think everybody has access to um solid. And then let's look up Bloke. All right, so this I don't like this look. I don't like this view. Hold on. Yeah, that's better. All right, Bloke. B-O-O-K. Oh, you don't like me, huh? B-L-O-K. I was like, okay, yeah. All right. Performance. Let's go. Fire one. Red. I got some big dips and valleys here over 6 months. They're down. What was that high right there? 2021 was 61, 50, 57. What it look like? On now upswing. That's in February. Then we took a dip. I wonder what's going. Why were they so low here over time, and then we got a big push. All right, let's go look at their performance here. 31%, 137. 2019 they had 29, 18%. 2020 they had 88%. That's why I want to know what happened with them. What kicked them off? Let's go look at their chart for a 1 year chart. See what happened. What caused this uptrend? That's what I want to know. Conversations they've had, seeing the blah. Are they into crypto? Is that what this is? Amplified transformational data sharing. Options. That's what their options have been looking like. Holdings, financial services, consumer cyclical, communications and technology, MicroStrategy. Okay, yeah, MicroStrategy took off this year. Hive, mining. Yeah, I'll invest in them. They had a good performance, 31% over 3 years. Yeah, that's up. I'll run with that. ETF, BLOK. All right, so check it out. Thanks for the recommendation. Anybody else? Anybody else? No? Okay. So last but not least, I was on Seeking Alpha. This is just something I was trying out. You get I think you get a Prime account for like, I don't know, like a week or 2 weeks or something like that. So I go in here and check out what they're rating as like top stocks, and seeing what they have. I started to use this but they got it ranked by quant rating, and then they have one that's by Wall Street analysis and so forth. And then they talk about, you know, what they're rating as value, growth, profitability, momentum, and so forth. So you, of course, you can look straight down the line here. And typically, what I would do is I would probably take the top 10 and I'll walk through each one of these, right? So we can go over here to Yahoo, check out VNDA. Let's see what kind of returns we're getting. Let's go historical data. See what it's been looking like here. Looks like they've been around about 16, 18 mark here from just looking at it here. All right, let's go back and let's check out what they look like over a 5-year, 1 month, 6 months. Got a dip there. Year to date, around 18. They was up at a high in February. 1 year, 5 years. Look at that dip. That's pretty ugly. And then max, right? So they've been down. See what are they into. We got a company outlook historical data profile. Let's check out their profile. They're out of DC. What does the analysis give us? Options, sustainability. Don't give us nothing on the sustainability and company outlook. Yeah, you gotta, that ain't free. All right, so let's go back over here. And if we click here, let's see what they're talking about. Dividends. They have a dividends of 62 cents. Looks like, no, annual dividend of 6 cents. And so it went down. Yeah. Went from 37 cent, 31, 25 annual. Yeah, they went down. Value, growth, profitability. I just look at it and see what they're doing, and that's it. That's all I'm using it for, just to see. Yeah, see, look at that. Has the return, total return 48%. They got total return 65. They're beating the S&P 500 in a year. What about in a month? 6 months, 1 year, 3 months, 3 years, 5 years. Seen the people perform, beating the S&P 500. Maybe, possibly. Let me see. Can you use Yahoo charts to compare tickers against each other, or can they do it side by side? You know what? I don't know. I go to it because I think it's the easiest that people can use that without paying for something, unless you all are unless you have like a Charles Schwab, and then you can't. Everything is not always inside of Webull or inside of Robinhood. You know, they're not always in there when we're picking some of these. So that's why I just use Yahoo. But I'm sure you could probably just do a screen share and compare them side by side. But that was it for today. I was trying to keep it short and simple, just give you some ideas, and to check out to see if you're in what the historical, just really how you're doing with your ETFs. And the reason why I like looking at the 3 to 5 years, like if you're gonna make some quick money, get in and get out, that's fine. But I like looking at the 3 to 5 years because I don't have to worry about it, or if I forget about it, I can just kind of set it and forget it, type of situation. But that's usually why I'm looking at stuff. In here, they also talk about the energies and dividends. They had a whole list of dividends, the top 10 dividend stocks to invest in. You can see Alexandra Real Estate coming up here. We just talked about them earlier. All right. So, just things to think about. You don't have to sign up for this or whatnot. I thought it was just cool, just, how they had some of the content laid out for you to follow and read and actually have discussions about it, right there on the site to discuss and, you know, go from there. So, yeah, that's why I liked it. And you can see they break it down by sector, small cap, and you can see these year to date returns, right? And then the 1 year return, XLF, uh, XLB. When we're talking about returns in the 70s and so forth and so on, PSCD 166.5% return in a year to date, has returned 42.5. Global, so forth, so on. But yeah, when we start talking about these numbers here, I'm interested. PSCE, I'm interested. PSCE, let's go check it out. All right, small cap ETF, $6. The performance. So they're down year to date 39%. Year they down over 3 years, but the year to date of 132.95%. Look like they've been down over time. What's going on there? Let's go look at their chart. I mean, at $7, hey, 2 years. Yeah, they had a big dip there. What is that? Wait, what 12/30 2019, 3/30 2020, 11. Okay, on the way back up. So I think everybody probably got hit around in here somewhere. Yep. That's what that dip is. Let's look at their holdings. They're in the energy market. Energy is making a comeback now. Energy is making a comeback. So I will go check out who they're holding with to go check and see what they're doing. All right. So just something to look at. They got a year to date. Like I'm looking at these numbers here, year to date. Yeah, I can it only sorts. It don't let me like drop down and do a 2 year, 3 year. Down here we have energy, IXC, IXC. Let's look it up while you're here. That's an ETF. Let's look at 1 year, 5 years. They got a dip. All right, let's go and look at their holdings. BP, Conoco, Royal Dutch, TC, EOG, Chevron, Exxon, BP, Total. All right, and it looks like Exxon had they're 13% of this. Right. And then we can go look at their performance. They're down, of course, but the year is 45. So you can check them out, play around with them, and see what they're doing. Looks like 2.98%, and when it closed on Friday, that's a pretty good spike. But yeah, it's been down. It's making a comeback now. We're gonna see how this security breach on gas affects the cars and how people think about stuff and what people start leaning towards, and so forth. And of course, that means more jobs. Again, like I said before, these IoT devices and security are going to be super huge. All right, let me read the comments real quick and we're going to get out of here. You're trying to get in early on some of these blockchain related investments. Yep. Yahoo is free. Yep. Yep. I thank you for coming out, everybody. No Limit, Heating the Air. Appreciate you, Kevin, Tara. Thank you for coming out. RW, thank you for coming out. And as always, thank you, D, for with the fly in, with the handles. Don't forget about D. She in the background, taking care of stuff. Thank you for the Women in Linux popping up. Make something else fly in. All right, people. It's been real. Thank you for coming out. You get part of your day back. We didn't even go to 1 o'clock like we normally do. All right, now check you out. Check you next week. Oh no, forget that. Check you at 2 o'clock for uh 10 minutes ago. Even though it's not 10 minutes, it's still good. 2 p.m. Don't forget to come back and make sure you hype up my man Vladimir. You're getting this for the free ski, and people are looking for people with Go and AWS and Kubernetes. All that runs into meshes and gels all in together. And I'm thinking about bringing somebody on to do some Rust training. Um, um, it's pretty big around the AI and ML markets. So Go and Rust have been pretty big from what I've been seeing. So let us know if you like it or whatnot. You can leave comments in the Slack group. But until then, until 2 o'clock, we'll see you then. All right, bye.